All right, here we go. Another edition of Team Greene builds a badass kayak. Now, for those of you who are familiar with my big boy, this is my Titan, Native Watercraft Titan 13.5. Big boat, big water boat. I've got it rigged with a Lowrance. This isn't really about this thing today, though. This is kind of about the son of the Titan. Yeah, here we go. All attitude right there. We've got our motor guide. We've got our twin power poles. This is basically one giant big bass boat for an individual. I want to move you over and show you the son of the Titan. Not really. This is a Wilderness Systems Radar 135. And what I'm going to be doing on this ultimately is I'm going to be affixing the Bixby jet to the rudder. But for today, what I've done is I've installed my electronic components. I'm going to go ahead and hit the old accept button here on the Raymarine. I've got a Raymarine Dragonfly 7. It's my second boat that I built with it. I really like this little electronics unit. Of course, all my boats are going to be rigged with navigation lights, which I'll show you in a second. Did something a little different with this one though. They've got kind of a multiple use for this pod right here. I did not use the electronics pod for anything. I'm going to keep this for my dry storage, my keys, my wallet and stuff. I've gone ahead and used this. And this is my first build where I'm incorporating the yak power system. That's what this bad boy is here. So what I've done is I've got my battery inside the boat here, and I've got my yak power. This is basically an electronic switching unit, a wiring harness, so to speak. Of course, I still run all the fuses and everything on it, but I've got one power source into that and then a remote control that goes onto that system, and that remote is this right here. It's all waterproof. I've got my battery, my lithium ion battery on here. But now when I come here, I can do things like turn the whole master power off on the boat. From what I understand, there's a wireless function to this right here, and it does draw power even when it's off. I want to be able to kill master power on everything on the boat, so that's what this number one position is. Number two, number one right here, that's my power. Number one is going to be from my electronics. This right here is going to be, let's see, that is going to be for my navigation lights. So I'm going to click that on. The red light goes on, and if I walk up front, I can see that I am compliant, at least in my mind. I hope the Coast Guard feels the same way. But I've got a nice LED low profile light right here, and in the back, ultimately, I'm going to have mounted to this plate right here. I'm going to go ahead and mount a stern pole with light and wired into that up there. I went with a little rudder right here. This isn't really designed for it. I've got a better setup on the way here. But what I'm going to be doing on that is ultimately I'm going to put the Bixby jet on a control system back there. I think I'm going to go with their factory mounting brackets, but I wanted to use this boat in particular because I didn't want to have foot controls. I wanted to go ahead and use a hand control, and there's a method to my madness. I'm a sight fisherman, and what I want to do ultimately is take that handle off back here. Let's see if I can show it to you. Take the handle off this back side of the handle. I don't know what I'm looking at here. I'm going to take the handle off, and I'm going to make this go straight up and down. I'm going to put an extension on it so I can be in the standing position and steer my motor back and forth, which is where I'm heading with this thing. I am going to be going with the Wilderness new live well bait tank system. As soon as they get it, I can't wait. That's a big part of what I want to do. But this is kind of an overview of how I've rigged this boat. Now, this boat right here, I've got midship. I'm going to hit the M button for kind of midship, and I'm going to show you something I did on this one. A little bit different. Never done this before. I'm going to show you how I've rigged the bottom side of this boat. All right. I've got underwater green LEDs mounted to what I'm just going to call a cavitation plate going in. This boat came equipped with 8 screws, so I got some starboard material, and I made that, and then I used and tried to get as Frenched in as I could my transducer, which I've got right here. I like the angle. It seems to be good with the boat. It's below flush with, I guess, the center chine, I think is what I'm going to call that. But then I put a little skeg in front of it. I just took a little skeg material and I'm putting that in front of it. It's just kind of a protection from that to keep it from getting ripped off, with the idea if I hit something big, it's just going to go, and hopefully like a branch, it'll just deflect if that happens. So that's it. I can't wait to see these underwater LEDs. Just a little bit of fun, but so far that's my build on the Radar 135. Big shout out to Charlie at Outdoor Supply in Hickory for being my backup and getting me all the things I need for this. Looking for the next phase, and I'll try to post the progress.